Eunice, the way you celebrated Arsenal's equalising goal, you'd thought you'd won the match. How are you feeling?
I felt it was so important that we could get a reward for all that hard work that we do in the performance. It's obviously so hard coming on from a game that is so tight. They get the goal the way they do it, and not to lose our heads into it, to fight every second for it, and then get the reward as well for it. So.
Yeah, first talk about your goal, and it was ping-ponging around the box, but it fell to Tobin Heath, and she remained composed.
She did. Big player, big moment.
She scored some important goals in her career, and surely that's right up there.
It definitely is, and I think that really helps us in the bench or in the game. From some perspectives, we need to do some substitutions, but just because of pure load management. But then we can also do some substitutions to get in qualities like Tobin's on the pitch, and I really think that's the final pounce on the way that weighs it over in the end.
And let's talk about City's goal. It was controversial because it hit the referee in the build-up to the goal. What's your take on it? You look very animated on the touchline as it went in.
I am, and I think everyone stops playing because it hits the referee, and I think she has to answer the questions why she lets the game go on, and how that is. When you look in the rule book, how you can allow that to do. In games like this, there are so small margins, but I'm not going to be here saying that it's because of that we don't win the game, because we also do margins and they do margins. We're all human, and we all make mistakes, but of course we're fighting so hard for all the margins, so I think it's pretty easy to understand why I get animated at just that moment, because obviously it leaves us with a big disadvantage because we stop playing, and then we can't defend the situation properly.
Should the goal have stood?
What do you think?
I'm interested in your opinion.
As far as I know the rule book, and I'm humble enough to say that sometimes I also can be wrong, but as far as I know the rule book, the referee should blow the whistle when the ball hits her and drop the ball.
So how important do you think this draw is, and the manner in which you got this draw will be to your season and lifting your form?
I think it's fundamental. I think this is what makes football teams. It's tough moments. We talked about that before the game going in, and brought in a very old quote saying that we always long for life without difficulties, but we have to remember that oaks grow strong in contrary winds, and diamonds are made under pressure. And today there were some diamonds in the making.
Now Chelsea have obviously dropped points, but this draw means that you've extended your lead at the top of the table. That's important for the title race.
It is, but it's also important for the way I think we spoke about before the season. It started, we said that we need to improve the way that we play the big games if we compare to the previous season, both in performance, so we can see more of the balls in this game, but also from a result perspective. So far we're beating Chelsea at home, we're beating City at home, and now we drew it away. That's good results, and we're happy with that, but we're not content, of course, and now we need to keep pushing.